The men's 200 meter final at the World Championships are over. And this race lived up to the hype. But before I go any further, I'm just going to get out in front of this one and say it now. Noah Lyles is a gold medalist in the 200 meter dash. Again. It's the type of thing that most people saw coming, because he was the world leader heading into the World Championships, had beaten Letsile Tebogo, Olympic gold medalist, Kenny Bednarek, who was the former world leader. The only new thing that happened when the World Championships started was that Bryan Levell, who had already run fast on the circuit, he had shown up and shown out in the first two rounds. I could give you so many different angles and so many different responses, but you know what? I'm not going to waste your time. Let's just go all the way back to the beginning, because if you didn't really watch the race, watch the race, and for that matter, all the rounds that led up to it, you don't fully get what happened. The clocks don't just do it justice. So here we go. In the four lanes, the four key lanes that we needed to pay attention to, we knew who the four men were. I've already gone over it. You had Noah Lyles, Letsile Tebogo, you had Bryan Levell, and Kenny Bednarek. And all of them were next to each other in this championship final. Their lanes were just 1, 2, 3, 4. And when the gun goes off, we knew how the script was going to go. Noah Lyles was going to charge through the turn. That was not up for debate. But the thing that I had kind of figured out, watching the first two rounds, it was that Bryan Levell was likely the best candidate to win the turn. And he did. He wins it, comes out of the turn just a little bit ahead of everybody else. And he looked so strong and so confident in the other races that he had run. People started conjecturing how fast can he go. I heard from, I guess certain rumblings online and, different things that came back to me. Bryan Levell is in 19.6 shape. And the problem is, Noah Lyles already went 19.51 in his semifinal. Now, you could argue he went too fast in his semifinal. And the fact of the matter is, he actually ran a slower time in the final. But you already know that he won. So how did that actually happen? Because Noah Lyles is probably in really more or less around third place, but you really have four guys going at it. But Bryan Levell does have a lead at about 110, 115 from what I can remember. At which point, we know that Noah Lyles is about to come. And Kenny Bednarek even makes a move. So Kenny Bednarek surges past Bryan Levell, probably by about 150. And Noah Lyles is also making a move, where he walks past Bryan Levell as well, comes up to Kenny, and then walks past him. Letsile Tebogo is giving it everything that he has, because getting on the podium is just going to require that. But once Noah Lyles has a body length on Kenny Bednarek, it's over. He is now walking it into the line. Kenny Bednarek comes in behind him, and yes, that gets him another silver medal to add to his collection. I say another because he has a whole bunch of them. And then Bryan Levell actually holds on for third. So when you see the clocks, we get 19.52 at the top. 100th off of what Noah Lyles did in the semifinal. So perhaps he could have ran faster in the final if his semi was a little bit more conserved. Who knows? Does it really matter? Because the medals still go to the victor. 1958 is where Kenny Bednarek ends up. And I'm the one who went on record to say Kenny Bednarek is likely going to go 19.6 low to 19.5 high. I didn't see 19.5 low coming out of him. And then you get Bryan Levell going 19.64 to Letsile Tebogo's 19.65. And he did dip at the line, which you could argue with the 100th that he needed to get that bronze medal. This story, this race, is a whole lot bigger than just Noah Lyles winning another gold medal. Because that's the most basic way to describe it. This is the fourth gold medal in the 200 meter dash at the World Championships that Noah Lyles has now won. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He matches Usain Bolt on that count. So I totally understand if you are a Jamaican fan. Shout out to all of you who watch my channel, by the way. That you wanted Bryan Levell to win. I totally get it. And he might win 200 meter dash races in the future. And to some degree, there is even a degree of protecting Usain Bolt's legacy, which I think is more or less intact, regardless of what Noah Lyles does from here on out. But if we're just talking about medal counts, yes, him getting another gold medal does elevate him into another conversation next to the great Usain Bolt. It's just a fact when they both have the same amount of medals in an event. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, and if you really want to know what's going on with the fastest athletes in the world, then you are in the right place. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. This one, this race, this season opened up another layer to the conversation of the Noah Lyles experience, because we've been living in an era of sprinting dominance. And yes, it is the Noah Lyles era. I get accused of being a Noah Lyles fan, which is funny, because I also get accused of being real hard on him. I'm just calling the races how I see it. You don't have to like him, and you don't even have to like what he says or does away from the track. But the facts are the facts. Noah Lyles really doesn't lose 200-meter dash races. The only time that he does is normally when something goes terribly wrong. And if you think about from 2021 till now, the only time we've really seen him do it was in the Olympic final, and both times had interesting stories around why it happened. I'm still in the group that only believes he lost in Paris in 2024 because he was sick. Because his preliminary heat and his semifinal just didn't resemble a Noah Lyles race. As far as I can tell, it did not look like what we expect to see from him competing on the championship level. But it is what it is. Letsile Tebogo is the gold medalist. And now here we are a year later where he fell all the way off of the podium, even if he was off by 1,000th. And when we talk about dominance in the sport, track and field, you can't just win. Because track and field isn't just about winning, and it's not even just about running fast. The sport is about running fast. And then you have to run fast again. That's why we have the rounds. It's a part of the sport. And on top of that, you gotta run fast on command. And that moment where you have to command that performance is going to be in the final. Noah Lyles is the only man that I know in sprinting right now who has consistently figured out how to give more or less the best thing that he has in the championships. Ironically, this race wasn't really his best, but he still got the victory. If you just look at the next three men, because there's a gap between 4th and 5th. Shout out to Zarnell Hughes, still ran 19.7. That gets him 5th place, but it's still distantly off from where everybody else was. Noah Lyles does not run a season best, and he doesn't run a personal best. He doesn't even run the fastest time he's put down in the championship, and he gets the gold medal. But Kenny Bednarek runs the season best, right up there near his win-legal personal best. That is his silver medal. Bryan Levell runs a personal best, the fastest race he has ever run in the 200-meter dash, and that's what gets him the bronze medal by 1,000th. And even Letsile Tebogo, who I personally did not think, looking at the rounds, was ready to run at the same clip he had given us in Paris for 2024, but he still figured out how to give a season-best performance in the 200-meter final. All of these men are figuring out how to give high-level performances. The only one who failed at giving his best, specifically throughout this championship or in the final, was Noah Lyles, and he still got the gold medal. You can assess it and deal with that fact however you really choose to. But considering that nobody really cared about the 200, according to Noah Lyles himself, what did this gold medal do for his performances, or more importantly for his legacy? If you're asking me, I think we are now living at a point where Noah Lyles is incredibly limited in terms of what he can actually accomplish to add to his legacy. Because if the Olympic Games are what matters, the 200, you can't win a 200 at the Olympics without being there. So LA 2028 is the next time that running a 200-meter dash is actually going to matter for him. The rest of this is just stuff. In the 100, yes, he could win more gold medals. He could. And he definitely could go faster. But that doesn't come anywhere near as easily to him. I think we've all figured that out. The fact that he's already pulled out 2 gold medals in that event on the world stage is pretty awe-inspiring, considering that there were very good reasons to not take him in both of those years. And Oblique Seville is now the new champion, and it brings more value to the Oblique Noah Lyles rivalry, because they have had a rivalry up until this point. So I'm glad that now both of them have gold medals going forward, because that's going to add to the narrative. But Noah Lyles, when you're stacking up the medals and just looking at what everybody's done on the world stage, whether it's the 100 or the 200 at this present moment, for the guys who are seemingly at the top of the game right now, you're all still chasing Noah Lyles. And the worst thing about it, if you're the competitors, is he doesn't seem like he plans on slowing down anytime soon. Noah Lyles is still a winner. And as far as I can tell, it has always been like that. whether you like it or not. In the sport of track and field, confidence is everything, because when you win, that is just the moment when everybody else finds out what you already knew to be true, that fast is a lifestyle. Get your Fast is a Lifestyle track and field gear at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.